We're here preparing to make some bok choy with plum sauce. We've already did our prep for it. We have the stems that are cut up and the leaves itself. And what I'm going to do is put a little bit of the peanut oil into the pan, and then we're going to saute and then add the plum sauce. Takes about 5 minutes and we're done and ready to eat. So I'm going to bring you over here to the stove. I'm going to put 2 tablespoonfuls of olive oil.
Peanut oil.
Peanut oil, so sorry, peanut oil. And then after that, we're going to let it simmer for a while on medium heat. And then we're going to add the stem part of the bok choy so that would saute and simmer, but don't overdo it because you still want to remain with a crunch on the stem part of it. And then after that starts to simmer, I need to turn this up just a little more so that we could actually hear it frying a bit, sauteing a bit. Okay, and then we're going to use the leafy part of it. Let's turn this up a little more, make sure we get it going.
So Patricia, where did this beautiful bok choy come from?
It came from, actually I'm at a friend's house, Cheyenne's house, and we went out to the garden, picked it fresh from the tower garden, and I came in, washed it up and cut it up and got it ready to put in the pan, and hopefully in about 5 minutes or so we'll be ready to eat it. You can hear it, you can actually hear it sauteing a bit. Smells absolutely wonderful in the peanut oil. And I'm going to put just a tiny bit of the cut up leaves of the bok choy and continue to saute until we see it actually getting greener in the pan. Oh, it smells so good. It really smells good. And you just keep adding and stir frying as much as you can, just until it begins to look like it's changing its color in the pan. And the last thing that we'll put in, of course, would be the plum sauce, but we want to make sure that this is cooked a little bit, but not overcooked. Now I'm just putting the last bit. I can't wait to eat it. It smells so good. Again, just continue to stir and saute. Oh wow, nice. I'm going to turn the fire down just a little because we don't want to scorch it. And now you can see the color changing. It gets a little brighter. Smells good, doesn't it, Choy?
Delicious. I can't wait to eat it.
And after we let that simmer just for a little bit, it's almost half cooked when you get ready to eat. You don't want to overdo it because you don't want it, the flame to steal the flavor away from it. Yeah, it's cooking fast.
So you're just kind of wilting it down a little bit.
Yes, yes. Oh, she looks good. And we're not using any other seasonings other than these 2 seasonings because they have everything in it. So we're going to use at least I'm going to use about 3 tablespoonfuls of this because you want to get that flavor. And here we do. You do this really fast. And it gives a little moisture at the bottom. That's when you know it's just about cooked. As the moisture gets more, then it's time to take it off the stove, like now.
that looks like such a simple preparation.
Absolutely.
And
it's done.
And it's done. So cooking
Voila.
healthy is not a difficult chore.
Absolutely.
Do you want to taste
So
it?
there it is. Let me show you what it looks like.
Oh, yum.
And you can eat it with, whatever you want to eat it with.
Should I give you some chopsticks?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Patricia, for coming and visiting and utilizing our wonderful tower garden to make this amazing, beautiful, healthy dish for us today.
Okay, thank you. And let's begin to eat.
Okay. Bye, you all.